Hey guys, Midwest back again with another video here, and today I bring you the second installment of Power Rangers Turbo, the Turbo Rescue Vehicles. These were the second season Zords. Pretty cool. They're more of a like more of a rescue team versus like the little off-road buggies of the first Megazord that we showed off last video. They're pretty cool. Kind of different styles all the way around. Got a fire truck mixed with a dump truck mixed with an ambulance, and a police car mixed with a sports car slash bulldozer kind of thing. It was a weird Zord, I do say so. Pretty cool combinations that we got this season. But yeah, these are awesome Zords. I still think the Turbo regular Megazord is my favorite one. This one's close second. I usually leave these inside Artillotron, so I like to display the Turbo Megazord versus this guy, but it's a cool Megazord nonetheless. I'm not gonna give it any less credit. It does something else that the normal Turbo Megazord does, and I'll show you that here in a few. So we're gonna go down by each number. We'll show you what it does, and then these are changeable with the Turbo Megazord, so you can swap limbs and whatnot. And it's pretty cool. It was, I think, one of the first times in a very long time that you're able to swap limbs between the main Megazords. So yeah, we're gonna start with number 1 and work our way down to 5. But yeah, let me get one out and put these guys off to the side. Alright, with the number 1 here, this guy is called Lightning Fire Tamer. Yes, it's very long-winded. But yeah, it is a nice little fire truck, water truck kind of looking vehicle. Pretty cool. It's got jetpacks, because you know a fire truck needs a jetpack there. But overall, it's pretty cool. I do like the silver, the nice stickering all the way around. This one is one of my better conditioned ones. I do like this Megazord. I've had this one since I was a little kid, so there's some stickers missing here and there. I wish I was able to find a reproduction sticker sheet that matched the chromeness and not just like a dull, glossy vinyl sheet. So maybe down the line I'll find that and redo the stickers on this, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. Here it is compared to the little turbo car it replaces. So yeah, as you can see, there is a size difference between the two. It is a lot bigger, a lot chunkier, just because this does other things. Well, they all do the other things besides be cars. So yeah, not bad. Let's get this guy out of the way. So yeah, these all have a high stance mode, which essentially is basically their own little Megazord formations before they become a full Megazord. So each of them can be their own little robot to fight crime. They're all independent of each other. So for this guy, to get to the high stance mode, bring the water jets back, and we're just going to fold them in half. We can bring the water jets back in here to fill in the gap. Bring out the little toes so that they thump into place. Bring the arms out and around. They don't peg or anything. They're just going to sit right here. Bring the hands down and pull them down. And then the head is going to be inside the window. You bring this back panel, and then there's a little finger tab in here you want to use and pull up while you hold that down, because that's the big Megazord head. And you bring him down, and there he is. And you can spread apart his legs a little bit if you want to have a little bit of an angle. There you go. Not too much, but just enough to, makes him have 2 legs there. But as you can see, more nice sticker detailing, more nice silver, that nice Bandai silver. Not much more in the back. He's pretty hollow. But yeah, he would have more sticker detailing around the hands that I misplaced throughout the years. But yeah, we can check a look at that face. Nice firefighting helmet. Looks pretty cool. Nice silver. The eyes are picked out in nice gold coloring. Big chest. He's a big boy. He needs to lay off the drink. But yeah, not much articulation here. His hands can just go around 360 and can basically T-pose or Y-pose for the most part. But it's pretty cool. I like this little combo. You guys can have them all display like this. I like it. No accessories or anything that came with any of these, like individual high stance mode. They all kind of just did their own thing. So yeah, let's get on with number 2 and see how he is. I'll put this guy off to the side in his high stance mode so we can compare them. Alright, and then we have number 2, the Blue Zord here. He is Lightning or Siren Blaster. He has a nice little futuristic police car. Pretty cool overall. I do like this guy. If I didn't say the first one, red, he still is technically the head upper area. Blue is technically still the midsection slash leg area. So they kind of keep the same, you know, placement wise in the Megazord combination. But yeah, he is a nice little police car, rolls very well and squeaky. He is need of an oil change. But yeah, like I said, old stickers. I wish I could get a nice sheet of this. This one I may just end up replacing because his joints are kind of loose in some spots, like back here where the leg joints are. But yeah, he is pretty cool. Nonetheless, I like this as well. Comparing him to his former self, he is the opposite. This guy is the chunky big one, and this one's the nice small one. As you can see here, he's a big SUV versus a little police car here. But yeah, not bad. But yeah, this one does have die cast in it, just like the blue one did, but it's all back here for the legs. It's the only spot that has die cast. So yeah, let's get this guy in his high stance mode. Pretty simple, nothing crazy. Feet are down here. We're going to bring his toes up. We're going to stretch his legs out, and they're just going to thoop into place. And this is going to get loose just because it's kind of old. We're going to bring his arms out. And you're going to bring the head cover or the front grille down. And there is his high stance mode. And like I said, it's just, you know, bringing stuff down and pushing the arms out. It's not much involved. It's a simple transformation. But pretty cool. Let's take a look at that nice noggin. Picked down some nice silver. The eyes are in red. Nice little gold for the crest. But yeah, arms can do a full 360. Can go up about that far. You know, nothing crazy, but just about that far. Nothing at the legs. I mean, you got a little bit of movement, but that's just for transformation. But yeah. It technically does have an app crunch if you wanted to go that route, but it's for Megazord mode. You can just snap them in and you can go down, but it's just going to flop over because there's not really much resistance. But again, that's for Megazord mode. But yeah, pretty cool little little cool policeman you have. And his joints are loose, so he's not going to stay up too well. So yeah, definitely need to get a little replacement on this guy, just because this one's should retire now. He's getting up there in age. So yeah, well, let's get on to number 3. And we have number 3 here. He is called Thunder Loader. You know, that's a great name. You know, I wouldn't want to be called that, but you know, to each their own. He is obviously a dump truck. Pretty cool little truck here. He does have dumping action. You can just lift this back, and you know, if you have anything in here, you can it'll just roll off. But pretty cool. I do like a little bit of playability you have here with him. Here is his counterpart. They're roughly the same size. This one being more of a SUV minivan kind of looking thing, and that being a dump truck. I like them all pretty well. This one is sweet. This one's kind of the lackluster one of the group as far as going into high stance mode. It's one of the simplest. Basically, you just do what I just did. Bring the feet down, close that up there, and then stretch his legs out, and then just pull his arms out. And then the head is underneath the front here. You're going to bring that up, and these pinch in. So you're going to pinch them in behind here, and his head is tucked away in here, and then you're just going to bring it down just like that until it chunks into place. And there you have Thunder Loader in his high stance mode. So yeah, his feet don't separate or anything. He is just a rectangle here. Kind of reminds me of Tor a little bit, just the coloration. But looks pretty cool nonetheless. Nice hard hat helmet there. The nice silver for the mask. Red eyes, the gold crest, pretty cool. Arms can only do a 360. Nothing else. He is pretty brickish. Not bad though. And around the back side, you can see here his wheels just stick out. A couple of little detailing there for under the carriage, but nothing to write home about. So yeah, let's put this guy off to the side and get down to number 4. And number 4 here we have is Star Racer. As you can see, it's kind of 2 vehicles in one. You got this nice little, like, almost Formula One-ish kind of looking car with a giant spoiler up front, spoiler up rear, spoiler up in front here, some canards. But yeah, overall, a pretty cool looking vehicle. I'm pretty sure there was some sticker detailing back here and over here. I know in the Sentai one, this was die-cast, the armature here. We didn't get that lucky in the States. But yeah, not bad little vehicle. Rolls very well for what it is. I mean, it's a Star Racer, so I would hope it rolls well. Here it is compared to its counterpart. Again, another SUV looking thing. It turns into a race car kind of front loader dump truck kind of thing. But yeah, pretty cool. And then yeah, it has an alternate form. So this is more like a triple changer. Since you got the race car form, and then just bring the arms down and you have the little bulldozer mode right here. You can lift stuff up and put it inside the thunder loader there and get some job sites done. But yeah, pretty cool little Zord here. So yeah. But yeah, to get them into high stance, you're gonna bring this down, lock that into place, stand him up. You can bring his arms off to the side, and then the helmet's going to be underneath here. Rotate that down, and just like green, it's going to be flipping it over, just like this. And then he does extend. Yes. Let me remove that out of the way, and then this goes down. This does slide down. It's just over time. I've never really done this too much, so it's kind of stiff at the moment. Let me... Give me 1 second. So yeah, you slide that down. It's just, mine's so old that yeah, it's kind of a little corroded there. Probably need to take it apart and lube it up a little bit. But yeah, you slide these down, and then these will just clip it back down the bottom of its feet. And just like that, you have Star Racer here. Basically the same as green. He is a little brick. Arms can only do a 360, nothing off to the side, nothing in the legs. But yeah, let's take a look at that head. Looks like it's another hard helmet. Nice silver for the face plate, red on the eyes, number 4 on the chest. Oh, this also rotates for like a belt buckle, so that would be the full high stance mode right there. Nothing in the back, some undercarriage design, but a brick nonetheless. But pretty cool. I like this guy. He's got little shovels for hands. I just noticed that. But that's pretty cool. All right, let's get number 5 out of the way and get combining. And here we have number 5. She is Wind Rescue. As you can see, it's a nice little ambulance here. Pretty cool. Rolls very well. This one is decent shape. A little bit of yellowing. It's like that pearl white color, so it prones to the yellow pretty well. I may dunk it in some solution to clean it up a bit once I do the re-stickering. But yeah, not bad. Overall in great shape. I think this one does have all its appropriate stickers. So you get some nice silver, some nice black, number 5, some cool panel lining around the back. But nothing overall. Some translucent red. And as you can see, this one is the arms as well, just like the previous one. And here she is. Goes from a little buggy to the little ambulance. But yeah, pretty cool. She is a brick as well once we get her into high stance mode. Simple enough, just like the last 3 here. You're going to pull legs down. Not yet for that. Legs down, and her legs will kind of separate a little bit in the V shape. Not yet. We're not doing that yet. Squiggle the hands out because they are just in place by a hinge. Now we take her apart and her head's on the inside. Stick it out, plug her back in together, and then plop her down, and there we have her all set up in her high stance mode. And she is pretty cool. Nice little nurse's cap there. Face picked out in some nice silver, some gold eyes, and like the little silver dots along the crest there. Looks pretty cool. But yeah, nice little nurse. Nothing much as pulsability. Their hands can go about that far up, and they can do a 360. But other than that, nothing too crazy, as you see around the back side here. It exposes some more detail silver around the waist here, but I like it. I wish this had lights and sounds, but I don't think they were too interested in doing that back in the day, and I'm pretty sure it would have been removed in the American one anyways. But yeah, so let's get these guys ready for combination into the Turbo Rescue Megazord. We're going to start with the feet, which is going to be green and yellow. Let's get green going over here. Basically, you're going to put him back to how he was just slightly before. Just tuck the arms in and bring the head and tuck it back inside, and he's ready to go. He is going to be the left leg. Yellow here, same story. Just push the arms in and keep them nice and flush. And then we're going to rotate the head backwards and clip it back in place. And then blue is going to be the torso / leg part. Kind of the same story. Bring the grill, bring the arms up, and then we're going to bend them in half. I believe, yeah, this goes like this too. No, these stay out. This is going to fold into the clips on the legs, just like that. So that's going to be nice and secure. It ain't going to go anywhere. And then bring out the connectors just like that. And then rotate them around. So this is going to be the front part of the Megazord combination. So we're just going to peg in to here. And then peg in to here. Oop. And then you may run into that issue. That green likes to go down. So yeah, there we have them. Actually, no, they go down. So yeah, these compress down just because otherwise they'd be too tall. So yeah, that is going to be the leg portion. So let me get the camera situated for the upper torso. Alright, so for the upper part of the face, red's a little more involved than the rest of them, so just get them a little further back. We're going to lift this up, put the head back in place, get them there. Bring the hoses around, bring this up, bring these back in just like you're putting them in the truck mode. Fold these back up, and then fold this back down, just like that. Leave the hoses up, and then we're going to separate him here on the back half, and then make sure the feet are pushed in all the way. And bring these around. These are going to clip into the side of the truck, just like that. So they're nice little crests right here. Bring the hoses, face them that way. And then we're going to reach back inside here if you already close it up like I did. And then fold that back up. And then we're going to grab the big helmet, which is sitting in here. And everything's going to come up. Close the windshield back around and bring that down, and there you have the head sculpt. So let's take a look at the head sculpt since we're right here. Move the cannons out of the way so I don't poke myself in the eye. So yeah, nice face sculpt, very unique out of all the Megazords. Like basically a triangle and another V up top, but pretty cool. Nice heroic look, silver around the face, the red eyes, and the nice gold crest on top. It is pretty sweet. I really like this head sculpt for this Megazord. But yeah, we're going to combine them on top of the blue torso with a couple of pegs here. And getting this guy over. We're just going to try to chunk it on top. Just like that. And it's nice and secure and it's not going to go. And then we get pink. And put her back into her car mode for the most part. Put the head back in. Put this inside here. Close that up. Well, before you close that up, bring the fists up. And then I think you can close that up, bring the pegs out. And there we have one hand. Actually, no, I think you can leave these out. Pretty sure you leave those out. Bring that up, bring that up. And bring the connector port out. And there we have the other arm. So yeah, you're just going to plug it onto the side of the red fire truck. Same over here. And there we have the Turbo Rescue Megazord in all its glory. It is a nice giant robot. I do like it. I'm pretty sure, you know what, yeah, it looks better that way. It's not as long. So yeah, these do fold up just like that, so it doesn't look like it has gorilla hands. So yeah, pretty cool. I like this Megazord. It is one of my favorites, but again, for this season, the regular Turbo Rescue Megazord, the regular Turbo Megazord is my favorite one. Just overall aesthetics. This guy's chunky. Excuse me, my tongue stops working. He did have heels from, you know, brand new. They would plug into the bottom of green and yellow. I unfortunately don't have those any longer. I will make some eventually, or buy some eventually, just to keep him more supported, because he's kind of back heavy. There's like a center of gravity is like right over this back heel, so any little sway will just knock him over, because a lot of chunk is in the middle. You know, he's got a booty, so that booty's got junk in it, so he's gonna fall over. So I like to, if I do display him, put his hands forward a little bit so it shifts the weight just a little bit enough. That way it's not gonna just topple over when you just sneeze on him or whatever. He does come with some weapons. I don't know how I ended up, but I do have two of these of the same side. He came with left and right. As you can see, they're molded in one direction, but not the band, but the weapon. But yeah, he would have came with two of one left and one right of these. And yeah, you just plug them into his hands. And yeah, just like that. But I like them. They look cool. They're like a little futuristic, like the old alien guns you would see back in the old days with those old alien movies. Kind of futuristic, but pretty cool. He can hold a turbo shield from the other Megazord. Plugs in just as well in the hands. As far as the sword, if I can get this out of his hands, he doesn't want to let go. The sword can not fit in this. It could be just, actually no, it could be just mine. I have, like I said, mine was 3D printed, so it's slightly bigger than the original one, but if I did have the original one, I'm sure it would have slid in just as well. But yeah, if you have a turbo sword, it will fit in there. But yeah, pretty cool Megazord. And like I said, he is limb swappable with the Rescue Megazord, so let me get that guy out here. Alright, so here we have the Turbo Megazord and the Turbo Rescue Megazord. I keep crossing their names. But yeah, so everything here is pretty much swappable between the legs and the arms. The torsos don't, because they kind of do different things, so you really can't put that on that and that on that. But you can at least swap the legs over to have a kind of a cool combination, which I think they did a few times in the show. So if you're going to do the legs, you want to do them both together, because these sit a little lower, these a little higher. Arms, it really doesn't matter. You can plug in one side only, because they have the same connector type. For the Megazords, it's the same little plug system. So get this one over here. So if you really wanted to, you can have that arm on that one, and then this arm on this one here. They clip in just the same. This one's a little more heavier, so yours might sag compared to the original one. And then let's keep the legs. Let's do the legs. Let me get you down a little lower. And there you have, you can, like I said, switch up the legs, the arms. You can combine them in different ways. But the legs can only go on one side. The arms can pretty much go on one side just because of the stickers. But yeah, the only downside, if you put these legs on this guy, again, with his top heaviness, he will lean back like he is right now and will tip over. So you just got to find him in the right position, or have him hold something up front a little heavier like the sword or the shield, and he will stay up. There's no way to put the heel supports back here just because these Zords didn't come with it. But yeah, he is pretty back heavy. He does not like these little legs on him. This guy, on the other hand, loves it. He's chunky. He actually leans forward just a smidge. But yeah, pretty cool that you can combine them. Like I said in the show, I'm pretty sure they combine the arms and I think maybe the legs too, for an episode or two. But yeah, let me Let me get this guy back to his original self before he self-destructs. But yeah, that's my look at the Power Rangers Turbo Rescue Megazord. Pretty cool piece to add to your collection, especially if you're looking for a complete collection of the Turbo Zords. It's very unique. Like I said, it's got basically 3 modes: vehicle form, a high stance form, and then the Megazord mode. And like I said, the limb swap ability is pretty cool. I like that a lot. It's a nice feature to have, especially if you're missing like the pink Zord. You can pick up the other one and put it on this guy. You still wouldn't be missing out too much. Same with the legs. If you can't find them, you can always use the other ones. Just make sure you get both of these guys' legs, because like I said, they sit a little higher. But yeah, nonetheless, a cool Megazord to have in the collection, and I do love it itself. I remember getting this for a Christmas, I want to say, busting it open and having tons of fun with it. As you can see, it's well loved. It does need an upgrade or two, but yeah, nonetheless, still happy to have this in my collection after all these many years. So yeah, hope to see you guys around. Please like and subscribe. Check out my pinned comment below for some whatnot action if you need some Zord parts. Or some other action figures. I do have a couple of friends that throw on shows, some banger shows, that do have a lot of stuff and some hard to get stuff. Please check out my Whatnot code if you have not signed up for Whatnot. I'll throw my code in there. Saves you about $15. I want to say it's what is going right now. So you can pick up a Zord or 2 or some accessories or something else. Some Funko Pops, some Pokemon cards. You never know what you may find. Whatnot is the place to be at. It's popping. As the kids say these days. I'm not that old. I don't know why I'm saying that. But till next time, I hope you guys have a great night. Stay safe and farewell. See ya.